What is art? This is a question posed to me and my classmates by my teacher when I was taking graphic design in high school. This question was a hard one to answer because art is not constrained to just a painting or sculpture, because music is art, poetry and dance is art. So it's not an object either. It's not something you observe because music is heard. It can be something strictly made to impress or provoke emotion, because a lot of art never sees the light of day, or more accurately, a lot of art is not published to the masses or even shared with peers. Art is not a thing of beauty. It does not have to be pretty to count as art, because beauty is subjective, but that's not my point in this particular yap session. Art is not something you can easily define, not from the top of your head, and even if you Google the definition, it covers all the points I've already disproven, except one. Art is human-made. Art is the expression or application of human creative skill and imagination, producing works to be experienced and appreciated. Art inherently is defined, made, and brought to attention precisely because of humanity's nature. Art exists as an outlet for our comparable intelligence to other species we share a home planet with. For some, me included, the phrase "to create is to suffer" is very appropriate. We are burdened with complex thinking patterns, hyper-analyzing skills, pattern recognition skills, and emotions we can only dream of putting into simple words. We crave to communicate on a deeper level, share our so-called suffering and perspective, and the closest thing we have to telepathy would be the expression we bring through art. I may be able to write an essay on how I feel about my traumatic experience of dropping my pot noodles on the floor, but it will never hit as hard as a theatrical recreation or a sad soul-song about it, or even just a photo of the noodles spilled all over the floor. You would feel my experience almost telepathically, through seeing my reality from my point of view. I can do that because I am human and I experience things. Artificial intelligence does not experience anything. The word of training artificial intelligence is an oversimplification, dare I say, anthropomorphism of an algorithm. It does not think for itself, it does not do things wrong by its own volition. It takes the information you give it, and it spits it back like an overly complicated machine cosplaying a parrot, copy-pasting any data from the databank, mushed together in an unholy form of salad. If it gets something wrong, it's the fault of the humans who provide the false information to it. That's why often you encounter screenshots of AI talking about absolute nonsense and even straight up lying, because when you copy data indiscriminately off of websites like Tumblr or Twitter, you are bound to copy lies and shitposts and sarcastic answers left by trolls or bots. Misinformation and disinformation is rampant on the internet, and if you base your thinking for you machine on false facts ocean, you are bound to receive an answer that is so incredibly false, but described to you with the finesse of a scholar, which will make you want to believe it. Artificial intelligence cannot produce art. It can take the data, aka art already made by humans, put it in a blender, aka the data bank, and give back to you what I like to call AI slop. At no point did AI express or apply creative skills or imagination. It did produce work to be experienced, but at what cost? Are you appreciating it? Because I'm not. AI has uses. I will not deny the fact it's used very successfully to detect and treat cancer in a timely manner. It can produce an email for you if you're feeling lazy. It can talk to you as your favorite royal family member if you're into that. But it cannot produce art. It is morally incorrect to ask it to try. In fact, producing visual AI slop is the most immoral use of AI. If you haven't heard, your photos online are already in a data bank. Your children's photos are in a data bank. Anyone at any point in time can ask to create CSAM of your child, as long as a photo of them exists or can be provided. Anyone at any point in time can ask to de-age you with AI and make CSAM content of you, even if you never shared a single photo of yourself as a child on the internet. Allowing AI to create visual slop is not just about plagiarism of artists. It's about giving tools to creepy stalkers and enabling the hermits of society to access anyone at the typing of a prompt. Visual slop can be created to accuse you of a crime you did not commit by producing an AI video of you committing it. Your voice can be used to create ransom call from you, asking your loved ones to send X amount of money so no harm comes to you. It'll never happen to me, or I'm very careful about what I put out there, or I'll never fall for AI. You probably think to yourself. But I'm sorry to tell you, you will fall for it. It's just a matter of time. What can I do about it? Currently, AI is spreading out worse than the coronavirus pandemic. It has infected the internet beyond repair, largely because most AI tools are free for anyone to use at any time. There are no laws against production of AI slop, nothing to filter it out except occasionally a feature you can turn on a small selection of websites like Pinterest to not see anything labeled as AI, which, by the way, there are no terms and conditions that say you must label your AI slop accordingly, so it's not foolproof either. Your best bet is to delete your presence off of any internet portal, starve the websites you visit from cookies, and allow nothing and no one a trickle of information about you. There's a reason selling your information is so profitable to these companies who demand it, like job application websites, or when you apply for a bank account, or make a purchase online. Just make sure you remember that. Hopefully, after I've explained how AI slop can hurt any one of us, you won't assume I'm only mad about it because I'm a digital artist. Yes, it steals my hopes and dreams, as well as my art, to give it away like some messed up overcooked muffins to the average user to claim as their own. Yes, it impacts my commissions and changes how the average person views paying an artist for art. Why pay when I can get it for free? These are all issues I deal with thanks to AI, but it doesn't impact just the artists of this world, it impacts you too. The sooner you realize the cons outweighs the pros, you will understand why the artists were the first ones to protest. Sharing the same perspective is impossible, which is why humans invented art, the closest thing we have to telepathy. And since the very first expression of it, we've been pleading, please understand us. We're right here, spelling it out for you. You just have to listen. And when you do experience our imagination through our applied creative skills, maybe you'll even appreciate it. What is art? This is a question that was most... anthropomorph